And I said over and over and over again how much like Colorado, New Hampshire is. It's a complicated political state. It's a swing state. It's a state filled with thoughtful people who take incredibly seriously their responsibility, so seriously that today they were less decided than they were 6 weeks ago. But they've decided tonight, and tonight is not going to be our night. But let me say this to New Hampshire: you may see me once again. So thank you. I really want to say that I appreciate the fact that you gave me a chance here, and you're giving all the other candidates a chance. I wish all those candidates well that are going beyond New Hampshire. I think it's fitting for us to end the campaign tonight, but I want to remind you of why I got in this race, why I stayed in this race, and why we have to stay in this fight. I got in this race because I love our country, I love America, I love the idea of democracy, and I want to make sure that that our generation passes this democracy intact, at least, and if not in better shape, to the next generation of Americans. And tonight, as we stand here, we can't say that we're in very good shape. Our democracy is at risk. The ability for people to work hard and live a middle-class life in this country is at risk. The opportunity for the kids of the students that I used to work for in the Denver public schools, and kids just like them all across this country, the opportunity for their parents to get them out of poverty is at risk. America's place in the world is at risk tonight. And the rest of the world desperately needs our leadership. And as all of you know, our planet is at risk today from climate change. These are huge issues that we have to confront. And I am really proud that together, during the course of this campaign, we developed an agenda called The Real Deal that I think is the most coherent approach to addressing these issues that we've seen out of any of the campaigns. And I look forward to carrying that out of New Hampshire and carrying that into the future. What I know about that agenda, because it was written by a team of people that have been working hard to represent a swing state in this country, is that any Democrat in America can, from the top of the ticket to the bottom of the ticket, can run on that agenda. And I think that's thank you. And I think that's an agenda that can get us the White House, and as James Carville would say, 55 seats in the Senate. And that's an agenda that's worth fighting for. So I feel nothing but joy tonight as we conclude this particular campaign and this particular chapter. I am going to do absolutely everything I can do as one human being to make sure that Donald Trump is a one-term president. I will support the nominee of my party, no matter who it is, to make sure that we defeat Donald Trump. But we can't stop there. As I said, all across this state, and I've said all across the country, it's not just about who's in the White House. We've got to win a majority in the Senate, and I will campaign all over this country to make sure we win that majority in the United States Senate. So I want to finish by saying that what I've said to particularly college kids in the state as I've gone around New Hampshire, and that is 20 or 30 years ago when people look back at this moment and they consider the fact that sometime between now and then, 20 or 30 years from now, we've got the money out of our politics and we put people back in our politics. We actually began the meaningful work of leading the whole world to address climate change. We rediscovered again how in this country we can make the economy rise for everybody when it grows, not just the people at the very top. That we discovered once again how to provide education in this country, so we were liberating kids from their economic circumstances rather than reinforcing the income inequality we have. When people look back and ask, how did that happen? How did those people do it? I think they're going to look back at this moment and there's going to be some college campus somewhere where they decided that every single person on that campus that was eligible to vote would cast their vote, and in fact, cast their vote. And that universities all over the country looked at that and saw it could be done, and that they'd set a new standard for what it meant to be a citizen in this republic. And if this country starts to vote at 70% instead of at 50%, there is no issue that we won't be able to address together. So I want you to be optimistic tonight. You have to be optimistic tonight. This is in our hands. It is in our hands. And as James Baldwin wrote during the height of the civil rights movement, this is in our hands. We have no right to assume otherwise. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.